So, Tiger, let me ask you a question that's been playing on my mind. Who did put the bop in the bop shoo wop?
Oh, that's a question that goes back, to the 60s?
Yeah?
I don't think anybody actually knows. There's a lot of ideas.
No way we can find out?
No, I think it's best left unsaid.
So
that we
no
don't-
rumours?
No, I'm not one to play into rumors.
Hello everybody. So today I'm talking to Tiger Singleton, and somehow or other this is the third part of the Tiger Singleton trilogy that I never knew that I was making.
I'm kind of taking over your show.
Yeah, yeah. But a trilogy has 3 parts, and this is the final part, and you can be on your way and life can return to normal,
Okay.
in theory. Today, what I want to talk about with Tiger is the difference or the disparity or the distinction between Tiger in satsang, Tiger doing his YouTube video blogs, and Tiger in ordinary day-to-day life. And the question I wanted to start with, just to help us define our terms, is in the first CANDiGRAM I did with you, it was called No Guru Talk, Please.
Right.
I watched an interview that you did in Holland just the other day, and the interviewer used the words modern day mystic,
Right.
but you said that had come from somebody else.
Yeah.
So do you have a job title that makes sense to you?
That makes sense to me. Really what it comes down to is I'm just doing what I enjoy doing, and this is what it shows up as. Is that I find that one of my favorite things is to investigate the nature of self and reality in a deep sincerity with other human beings. And so the title of that would be, I don't know, a follower of my heart. However that shows up.
A follower of my heart.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I don't see you actually putting that on your webpage. Or
No,
anything,
there's
but
other people that
it's
advise
amazing.
against that. And so, a lot of times people are just kind of telling me what to say.
Okay, no, but it makes sense. A follower of your heart.
Yeah.
It describes what you're doing.
Yeah.
Cool. Now, one of the things that I particularly wanted to sort of get straight into, and I kind of feel a bit sort of like edgy about it.
Good. That makes it really raw.
Yeah, is this thing of my experience of finding out about you before I met you,
Right.
the expectations that arose within me,
Yeah.
and then my experience of meeting you.
Yeah, and you let me stay at your house for quite some time.
Yeah, so you've been hanging out here in my home in the north of Scotland for about 4 days so far, something
Yeah.
like that. Then you're here for a few days more. So yeah, so I have had the chance to be around you when you're not on show,
Right.
you're not performing. And so if I can just describe my experience, then you can
For sure.
respond to it. So when I was first being exposed to your online presence through Nikki, what I was struck by was the love, the energy, the charisma, the warmth
Yeah.
of this guy called Tiger Singleton. And also I was struck by what you were saying, but in a way the energy, the human warmth was affecting me more strongly than the very beautiful stuff that you were saying.
Right.
Then it came about that Nikki was arranging for you to come over here, and I was going to film you and get to meet you, and I was like, ooh, this charismatic love bundle is coming to Scotland.
It's quite the expectation.
Yeah, and I'll get to meet him, and maybe get to hang out with him, and blah blah blah. And then you came, and obviously you were jet lagged.
Yeah.
So my expectations were tempered by knowing that you were tired and jet lagged. So I wasn't expecting too much from you anywhere. You just seemed like a very sweet, tired person, basically. But as you say, you've been living in my home for the past 4 days, and I'm discombobulated. I'm not so discombobulated now as I was to begin with, but I found the experience of just having you around define my expectations and discombobulating me. And I'm curious to talk about it from my side and your side, because I don't know how much of it is me and how much of it is you, how much of it is my English culture of politeness. And you're not a people pleaser. You just get on with your own stuff, and even to the point of, when we're sitting around eating, you'll be online, and pretty much ignoring me. Yeah, and that, and it because of my expectations of this love bundle coming. It was defied my expectations completely, and I can't speak for other people, but I assume a lot of people that are sort of in that position of first encountering you online and then getting to hang out with you a bit, I assume other people have a similar build-up of expectations and then discombobulation. So I should stop talking and let you respond to all of that.
Well, that's great. Thank you for exposing the fraud-like nature of my humanness. To see that, we do create these expectations of how we think someone is, or how they might act, or how they should act according to how we see them. And I think that's some of the greatest teaching that I can offer, is to do what I love to do, but also show up just normal. And especially after this trip that I've had for the past month, it's just been go, 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 go. Just with an extreme social interaction, where now it's just like, okay, I'm checking out. I'm in my own kind of space or bubble, allowing myself to be with myself. And how people perceive that, again, is their own kind of creation, because it's certainly not personal in any way. As you mentioned, ignoring you, that's a perspective, to say, oh, he's ignoring me. Well, no, I'm just doing my thing, and we can see it however we want to see it. But there's a deep appreciation for being able to be here, for sure, but also at the same time taking care of myself.
And this way of being that, you clearly looking after yourself, and you're not people pleasing, you're just doing what you want to do. Is that something that you've always been like that, and related to the world like that, or has it developed as you've developed?
It's developed as I've seen that trying to please other people is impossible. It just doesn't work. And so it's kind of like, as I'm going around and sharing, I'm not doing that for other people. This has nothing to do with me being the one that's helping other people. It has everything to do with me enjoying myself. And if people get help from that, great. If they don't, great. It's irrelevant to me. And so I've discovered that what's most important is that I'm true to myself. And then by default, life takes care of the rest.
And when you're in the situation of being hosted by people that have been following you, do you go into that with an awareness that they're probably going to have expectations I'm not going to meet? Do you have that as an awareness, or are you not even thinking about it at all?
I'm not even thinking about it, because that's the nature of it, that I'm going to bring expectation. That's just life. And so the greatest freedom is for me to just be myself and not try and match expectation, because I know I'm going to fail anyway. And so I can just step back and just let it be whatever it's going to be. Because again, if I break someone's expectation, that's a great lesson. You know, it's a great lesson for us all to see that other people are not who we think they are, which gives you permission to be yourself and not who you think other people need you to be. You know, it's kind of like with me being here, I could have all these expectations of how I want to be treated and all of these things, but it's just all nonsense. My freedom is to allow you to be free. Allow you to show up whatever's natural for you without feeling like you need to cater to any identity that I might have. Yeah, and in that, there's just this nice flow where everyone just gets to be themselves.
Yeah, and I can totally get it on a intellectual level.
Yeah.
And having you here has been a great opportunity for me to keep noticing my own inner talk.
Yeah.
And observing it, and then, you know, it's funny because sometimes I'm improving my attitude because I don't want to be uncool. You know? I don't want to be the uncool one who's being needy and,
right.
you know, sort of feeling disgruntled because I'm not getting enough attention off Tiger.
Yeah.
So then I have a word with myself about it. It's like, come on, you can be cooler than that one. So
we can be uncool together. That's completely fine too. Yeah.
So yeah. So it's a funny thing, and I've been enjoying sort of wrestling with my own responses around that.
Yeah.
And so my observation has been that you've been very self-contained into your work and, you know, looking after yourself. Are you like that with the people in your close circle of relationship as well?
Yeah. Yeah, that's one thing I love so much about my my relationship right now with my beloved, is that we can spend all day, every day together, but not communicate a whole lot, because she's very self-contained in her projects, and so am I. So I can do what I love to do, she can do what she loves to do, and we can be in the same room and not need each other. And so that's my preference of relationship, is to allow everyone to do what they enjoy without needing them for anything.
And do you ever get needy? Do you ever, you know, because you say that, you know, you are a normal human being, as well as having lots of insight and having a path that you follow. But, you know, do you ever just get needy or whatever?
I get playfully needy.
Okay.
I enjoy the play of, especially again in the relationship, of this dynamic that says, oh, I need you right now. I know really I don't, but there's a beautiful just unfolding in that. And so it's really a matter of not letting it take me into suffering. It's like right now I'm on this trip by myself and I don't have her with me. And so there's this missing quality of, oh my God, I miss you so much. But I know that I'm fine. I know that I'm okay. And so I can allow the appreciation to show itself, that my sense of missing you just says I love you. Just says that I really enjoy being around you. But if this is the way it is right now, then that's fine.
And do you have any advice, because you're in the middle of your European tour and you're going to be going on to other places and being hosted by other people who are probably really excited about you turning up, just in the same way that I was.
Yeah.
So do you have anything to say in the form of advice or what they might expect?
Absolutely. First of all, I don't care how you show up. Show up however you feel led to show up. I can promise you that I'm not nearly as spiritual as you might think that I am. And I will break many of your expectations of what you think I'm about. So, and let's enjoy that unfolding together, however that shows up. Did you enjoy breakfast this morning?
The breakfast was good. It was tasty.
You're not just saying that to be cool?
If I was trying to be cool, I might sort of be a bit like, it's okay, you know.
Oh, okay.
But no, I enjoyed the breakfast. It was tasty, nutritious, And more than anything, somebody else made it for me.
Yeah.
And brought it to me, and that was very nourishing.
Yeah. That's
yes,
the love you're waiting for.
Yeah. I should say that I've been given this impression that, you know, you're a cold-hearted bastard.
Yeah.
But actually, you are very sweet. I find that you'll be sitting in the other room, quietly getting on with your business, very straight face. But the minute I actually have anything to say to you, you are a very sweet and responsive person.
Yeah.
And you've been very helpful. And, you know, I used some of your samples in my song the other day, and they were badly recorded, and, you know, I'll record them for you again, and you just do it at the drop of a hat.
Yeah.
And I do very much appreciate your responsiveness and your generosity. And that's just my discombobulation, the switch between the two, because you know, you respond beautifully, and then you're back into what you're doing again.
It's very present moment.
Mm.
Yeah, whatever's happening, that's what I'm engaged in.
Yeah.
And so I don't mind stopping what I'm doing to engage a new moment as a new situation arises.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I don't really feel like my life is interrupted at all as things happen. It's just, that's what's happening now. And just give my full attention to that.
And how long process was it, sort of getting to this place where you operate on that kind of level?
Well, since I was born, it's kind of been a process of discovery.
Yeah, but there must have been a point where you know, something switched and you decided to start exploring a different way of being. So you know, that's I know it'd be different for everyone anyway, but I'm just curious.
I mean, I could say that there were, you know, a few profound moments of realization, but those profound moments were made up of a bunch of tiny moments. And so to contribute it, you know, to one switch, I can't really do. But I do notice some profound changes as I kind of had a life that was a disaster in the way of being homeless or being a drug addict and just totally wasn't working out, to realizing that, oh my God, I'm creating all of this. I'm the one that's responsible for everything that I'm experiencing. And so in that, you just find a new way of looking at life, that I'm not a victim of life, I'm participating. And so if I'm participating, how might I show up that is constructive, cooperative, or workable and enjoyable? And so in that, there's been this path of focusing on what's actually true, what's actually real, rather than what do I want or what do I want to get in return. It's really been this question of what is actually going on, rather than what do I think is going on. And then just that inquiry brings about a discovery that adds value to your life.
Well, I don't know if I've got anything more to ask, really. In my mind, it was like quite an epic, sweeping journey of an interview.
Sorry to be such a disappointment.
Well, it's just that, you know, you're very concise, aren't you? You know,
I get to the point.
You get to the point, you nail it very quickly. And as a person sitting here, you know, trying to tease stuff out of you, it's that in itself, again, is an interesting experience, because the more I try and do that, the more I'm trying to tease stuff out of you, the more I'm taking the role of the person who doesn't necessarily get it.
Yeah, which is
and I do get it.
Yeah.
But obviously there's a difference in our experiences and the way, you know, just in us.
Yeah. Well, I mean, in the world of me being a person, I'm really boring in that way. You know, again, people have these expectations after they see me do this or that, but my life is very boring. You know, it is. There's nothing really that special about it.
Yeah.
Just a normal dude.
He's just a normal dude, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you. This was great. And thank you for hanging out.
Okay, that's all from us, folks.